Okay, so bringing you another video of a rig that I've been using for quite some time now. It's, in my opinion, the simplest rig to possibly tie. Literally takes a minute or two, but it's devastating. I have literally been catching loads of fish on this rig, and it hooks them in the bottom lip every time. And proof is in the pudding. I've just come back from a week's fishing in France, where I had 3 fish over 50 and 1 fish of over 60 pounds, plus numerous others, all of them hooked in the bottom lip. But what is interesting is this rig does not pass the palm test that we've all been, I think, brainwashed into believing that if you pull a rig across your palm and it hooks, it's the same as a fish picking it up. And just to cover that in a bit more detail, whenever did someone decide that if you've got the palm of your hand and you put a baited hook and you pull it down the side of your palm, that the hook flips and hooks? That is the same as a carp with a round mouth sucking and blowing their food in and out, because the sucking and blowing motion is not the same as you pulling a rig across your hand. So I think this whole palm test thing is a myth. And back in the day, if you use, which was very popular, it's caught thousands of fish, a KD rig. You put a baited KD rig on your hands, the amount of times you try to pull it across, the hook doesn't flip over and hook. Yeah, that rig's caught thousands of carp. And this rig, I put it in the same category. Doesn't pass the palm test, doesn't flip and hook into your palm, but what it is a completely free roaming hook. The hook itself is as though it's not attached to anything. So it's got so much movement in it, yet very little components. So what you need to make this rig is IQ, £20. I've been using, and I highly rate, the lock hooks, size 4, but to be honest, any wide gape hook works if you've got a preference. What you then need, I don't know if my camera on my phone will pick it up, is a small bait screw. But what is important is get one with a swivel attached. I actually just buy the bait screws and then open that little section of it up and put my own little swivels on there. So one of those, a hook bead and some crimps. So I found the best length for this is 10 to 12 inches. So what you do at one end is you just crimp a loop, so that gives you your quick change ability. And then this is the most important bit. Like I say, I hope my camera can pick it up, so excuse me when I'm trying to do this, but you will see that the hook is just crimped. So you just put your IQ through the eye of the hook and you just crimp it on. Then what you physically have is, I'm sorry if this isn't getting in focus, but you've physically got a hook that literally just moves around wherever you put it. It's like I say, it's almost like the hook itself is not actually connected to anything. The movement on that hook is ridiculous. But because you've got all that movement, when it goes into the fish's mouth, it doesn't matter how it tries and gets rid of it, it's always on the blowing out bit, it's hooking itself, and it always seems to hook itself in the bottom of the lip. So, like I say, I'll try and get in focus with that, but if you can actually see how, and you can see the hooklet just literally flops about all over the place. What I then do is obviously attach the swivel like so, and take your hook bead. I'll have to apologise, my eyesight is nowhere as good as it used to be, So I'll try and do this. I might just have to get it in the light a bit better so I can see what I'm physically doing. So sorry about this, guys, but let me get that hook bead on. Now the hook bead, again, doesn't matter what type of, needs to be, so I've not put it on there exactly correctly, there's a little bit of the hook bead showing, which is fine. Just trim that little section off there. Okay, so the hook bead needs to be almost in line with the point of the hook, so it's like that. Can we see that all right? Hopefully you can. Yeah. And there it stops wafting about. It's the actual rig itself. Like I said, how easy that is to tie. You're just crimping both ends, one for your quick change, and the other through the eye of the hook, crimped on. Then you've got your bait screw and your bead. And that rig, if you try it, I promise you, please leave comments if you want to, but I promise you will catch you more carp. I mean, so I've been carp fishing for over 30 years, and this, from the old days of having hair rigs, when that was all anybody ever used, with a bit of Dacron, this for me has been a game changer. So that's why I thought I'd bring this video out, to share it with all you people out there. Give it a try, see how you get on. And like I said, don't get too hepped up with this all palm test. You know, it's got to flip, it's got to hook. That's absolutely, in my opinion, that's absolutely nonsense. I know I said it at the beginning, I'll say it again. A carp is sucking a bait in and it's blowing it back out. That pulling of the line across your hand is not the same as what a carp is physically doing. So there you go, hope you like it. Please subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time.